I need to apprise you of certain things because Mars is a very, very important planet and it plays a tremendous role in our natal chart and in our lives because it affects our inner psyche, it affects our mind. So when Mars goes retrograde backwards, that is, it's spinning backwards in the skies, we have greater than usual tendency to feel irritable, frustrated, anger, and impatient. Now, this is basically a signal from the universe that there is something that we need to assert or clarify through meaningful actions. We need to take proper actions to sort out our inner restlessness because this does impact a particular area in our life. Now, through your natal charts, you can come to know which house or which part of your life is the planet Mars affecting and how this retrograde is affecting which sector of your life. So while the retrograde is happening, uh, actually Mars, the planet, asks you questions, and these are the questions that you are going to be asking yourself. That what is frustrating you? Why? Where are you feeling stuck? And what action will you take in order to get away from, or in order to sort an issue out, or in order to stop feeling restless about whatever you're feeling? And if you cannot tackle things head on, what measures should you take to sidestep the issue? Is there something that you should have done before? Is there something from the past that is making you restless? Can you handle this thing now? All these questions are what you need to ponder on during when this Mars is backspinning. So, to understand how this Mars retrograde period is affecting you personally, please find out which house in your chart is Mars passing through when it is going retrograde. Is it passing through your first, your second, your third, or your fourth house? A good astrologer will be able to tell you that this Mars retrograde is affecting this part of your life. So, this year, when Mars is traveling retrograde, what you need to do is I'm just briefly giving you some thoughts on the meaning of Mars retrograde in the houses. So, if it is going retrograde in your first house, like Mars normally now is going retrograde in Aries, and there are chances that Aries is representing your first house. Similarly, you have to find out Mars is affecting which house of yours from your personalized natal chart. That is how it will help you individually. So, if the Mars retrograde is in the first house and it is retrograding through your first house, the way you see yourself is under revision. So, take time out to look inwards so that you could manifest the change outwardly. Perhaps it's time to use your unresolved anger in a more constructive and a positive way. So you need to put yourself, or you need to take up some kind of a sport or some kind of a martial art that will help your adrenaline rush. Do not let anger fester on you, or there is a risk of a huge blow up during this time. So rather than letting your anger be destructive, you can actually make it constructive for yourself if it is affecting your second house. Now, take a look at your values. What are the things that you value most? Are there any better ways of utilizing your resources? Can you be more constructive? Do you need to take any steps? Or are there steps that you can take or ways with which you can exert yourself to ensure a more secure future for yourself? Because this is a good time to review your budget and plan ahead for any large expenditures that you may envisage in the future or what you want to buy in the future. So now is the time to review your budget. If it is the third house, now the third house is all about communicating a challenge. The third house is all about your networking, your friends. So try using your influence rather than force. Do what you can to reduce your tensions your frustrations about not being heard. So don't be aggressive, because if you're going to push yourself, chances are you may explode and probably not may not come out correctly and may be misunderstood. Consider alternate styles or forms of communication during this time. What has always worked in the past maybe needs to be refined and reconsidered a little. Be honest to yourself and bring honesty or your purity of intent into focus when you're working, because your honesty is what will connect you with the other people. And don't just use words or heavy words for the heck of it. Make yourself simple, honest, and straightforward. If it is affecting your fourth house, so if Mars is retrograding through your fourth house, you need to be cautious when expressing your anger with the people you live with, that is your family, your near ones, dear ones. While it's always good not to let things fester, it might be better to practice a little bit of compassion at home, especially. Even when you don't feel it, you need to be calm and patient. They say, hear a person out, don't just listen to person. If you're feeling frustrated about your home, then take that energy and redirect it towards completing some improvement projects at home, or maybe again redo your home to your liking. And that will bring meaning into your life. Fifth house. If your Mars is retrograding through your fifth house, your creativity feels blocked. Or is the universe merely redirecting you so that you can discover alternate outlooks for that expressive energy? It's best to let it flow at this time. Be like a river. Overcome all obstacles. Make your path towards your final goal. And you need to think, what is it that can help you get unstuck? At times, focused determination to finish a creative endeavor may not be the best approach. Try relaxing into it. Try maneuvering around things and see what happens. Your energy and vitality will be restored. If it is going through the sixth house, if Mars is retrograding through your sixth house, ways of working may require restructuring. You may not move as quickly or as assuredly as you would have in the past, but it doesn't mean that you cannot be productive. This is a good time to review your productivity. Let quality take precedence over quantity. Don't allow your frustrations to destroy your structures. And you just need to have a state of order. This will help you move forward. For your seventh house, if Mars is retrograding through your seventh house, you may be arguing more with your partner or with your relationships. So reassess how you handle conflict with one another. If you're not asserting yourself enough in your relationship, then try to understand what is holding you back from affirming your position. Then take the actions necessary to persuade your partner that you mean what you say, but do it gently, not aggressively. You can be gently firm. If you're too hard on your partner or too demanding, then you need to step back. You need to step back a lot. Assess yourself how you are coming across. And a little bit of compassion will take you a long way. Eighth house. If Mars is retrograding through your eighth house, you may want to insist on putting your intimate sexual needs first. You cannot just demand more intimacy. You may have to ask for what you want, clearly, precisely, but gently. You also could be feeling that you feel entitled to some shared resources. So what's holding you back from asking for them? Bring honesty into these conversations, and don't incite your partner's vulnerable places to gain an advantage. Don't provoke. You just need to state facts of what you want, and you'll sail across these 2 months. The ninth house. If the Mars is retrograding through your ninth house, then it's fun time. If you're frustrated that you cannot take the trip that you want to, I would say now is the time to start planning out again. And you can cautiously step out. And if you can't spontaneously do it, then initiate the planning of it And once the Mars is direct, you could probably hop over. Ask yourself, what is holding you back? What is inhibiting you from expanding your horizons? Be a visionary, strategize your future growth, and then make the first move. Whether that means going back to school or finally finishing publishing that novel, you need to get back to what held your interest. If it is going through the 10th house, if Mars is retrograding through your 10th house, you may encounter career blockages and you may feel frustrated about not advancing fast enough in your field. So revisit some of your career goals and revisit of what you have wanted to do in the past and see if you can maneuver and manipulate or redefine your career goals. And nothing should be stopping you. Or if you feel that something is stopping you, then do a little introspection and find out what is stopping you from asking for that promotion or bonus, especially if you feel that you deserve it. And then be strategic. Find out what can your next move be. Don't let suppressed anger blow it for you. Just getting angry will not get you your answers. Analyzing your situation, writing down your journal, and then moving around in a very, very firm yet diplomatic way is what is going to help you. 11th house. When Mars is retrograding through your 11th house, you may find that you're not asserting yourself among your friends, peers, and colleagues. How are your needs being eclipsed by the will of your tribe? How can you reclaim and reorient your place without letting people know or without stepping on too many toes? Alternatively, if you pick up your community or the people that you mix around with, if you pick up your group's banner and begin waving it, let's say, for example, take a political action on behalf of your situation, you may find yourself bonding with your comrades at arms. Now, this could also be in the sports, or this could also be how you present yourself in the like minded group that you mix around with. Now we come to the 12th house. So, when Mars is retrograding through your 12th house, are you the protagonist in your own dream? Or are you just watching things happening to you? You may experience blockages and frustrations that come out from mysterious sources or possibly that are rooted in superstition. Seek out the heart of these mysteries that are draining your vital energy. Is it the time for you to know the truth? Question yourself. Probably the answers that you get would be setting you free. So you need to assert your need for the retreat, seclusion. It's what we call it a spiritual time in that can turn your attention inward. In a nutshell, if you get into your space, you will actually get all your answers. And when the Mars goes direct, you'll be ready to take on and embrace that new life. So knowing and getting your personal charts made and knowing exactly which house the Mars retrograde is affecting will help you plan well ahead and well in advance for you to take the actions. And this is the time for you to declutter your mind, heart, body, and soul and give it a very, very, like they say, no, you just wash yourself of the past and be prepared and fresh of the new by knowing exactly what you want to do. So till then, stay blessed and be safe.